deep in the storm, bro. Those kids are fighting in the storm, right of me. Alright, I'll give you some. If I make it. That's if I make it, though.
Damn, this team's 87 overall.
I got a campfire. You're dead.
What is it?
Someone's dropped
87 overall.
Wow. This team's already stacked.
Yeah, right. The Rams got fucking everybody.
Oh, I tried to place my campfire.
I'm about to send the link. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic and put my voice in the broadcast.
Alright, just put me on the stream, and then if I see anything you're fucking up on, I might be able to give you some
Hey, we're playing Dual Cups, but where do you just play?
Couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with a team they're set to share a home with in the near future, the Los Angeles Chargers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, here we go. White 20.
On the draw, off goes to Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
4 down. Here we go. White 20.
On 1st down, gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
Z.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Charles, there's something special about one of those big D linemen bringing it in. Off the tip there, really nice coordination.
Very much so, and I think what we've seen, and I'm going to put it at about the last 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, coaches placing a bigger emphasis on ball drills, even for defensive linemen, because possession is so key. When you've got a chance to take one away, you want people comfortable with the football, and it paid off there.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they'll be inside the 20. Now at the 24.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. This is more where I came from.
Here we go.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Brown on the carry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Brown. He takes it to the 15. A flashy move, but little to show for it. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here we go, Salah. 180.
On second down, here's Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chargers getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
4 down. Ready. 3-19.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your Flossies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing now is Geno, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punter King to send it away. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go, Salah. White 20. Watch the screen. Pass.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Rolling to his right. Going on top for Kupp. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And he'll get this one up to the 26. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep cut. Like 20.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Benjamin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Z. Ready. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. This is the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready. Flag 32.
Geno down to throw. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
The first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And the Rams getting set to go now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The play fake to Gurley, now gone. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. We got 4.
76. Tell him. 76.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 down. 4 down. Check.
12. 12. 12. 12.
They are going for it. Gone. And he finds Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Last stop.
Goff now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Tight right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Bring him in, bring him in. That's where you belong.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down.
Merlin, Merlin.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Smith on first down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Gordon on first down. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, here's Smith. Buying time to his left. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Hey, tight.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Hey, tight.
3rd and 2, gone. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Smith. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the interception, here's Gone. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Out of the gun. Gone. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 4 down. 4 down. Check.
Goff now to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Rookie Derwin James with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Smith. Going underneath for Gordon. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Under. Ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. His throw caught right around the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Now Geno. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see What I thought, that had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked on that pass?
A free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Flag 32.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Throwing is Smith. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
4 down.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Going deep for Benjamin. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Smith. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Dante Fowler coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for L.A. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Strong left.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Got 4 down. Here we go. 180.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And an alley to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right.
To throw on second down is gone. Setting up the screen to Kelly. Pretty move. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And, boy, he can get hurt.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
4 down, check.
Obama.
15, check 15.
Ric Flair.
Whip.
On first down, gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Man open left side. It's Williams. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw on second down is Smith. Going deep for Benjamin. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Flushed out right. Going deep for Benjamin. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Slow.
That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
This is Gordon on the dump off. Well, he's able to pull off a nice hurdle, but then quickly swarm down. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Samson Ebukam in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Z.
3rd and long, it's Smith. Looking for the end zone. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Dot, like 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Returning, it's Benjamin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Under. Ready. 319. 319.
Smith on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32. Motion, motion, motion. Z.
On second down, here's Smith. Flush to his right. This is caught inside the 15. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on third down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
They'll give it to him up the middle. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Slow.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it third and goal. Here's Smith. He'll buy some time right. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You got tight left. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Here we go. 180. Check. 552. Xerox. Here we go.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Z. Hey. 4 down.
Now Gino on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way has made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact.
They got his man complete. And chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Time for a break. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll try and run it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2. So any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on.
Check. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
180. No, check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Now watch run.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Double tight. Hey, boys, you got 4 down.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for LA, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.